comes to weddings, we all know how important it is to get to the church on time. But in the next Hallmark Channel original movie, Before You Say I Do, how about going back in time to stop a wedding in order to get the woman you love to marry you in the future? Sound confusing? Well, hey, no one said love was easy.
Janie?
Not the reaction this hopeless romantic was looking for. But the woman of his dreams can't say I do because her first marriage was such a disaster.
All he wanted was a wife who was smart enough to take to business dinners and dumb enough not to know he was messing around all over town. We're madly in love, and he proposes and I bolt, basically. So he loses me. He has to go back in time to win me back.
You heard right. In the romantic comedy Before You Say I Do, time heals old wounds. Going back in time, that is. This Hallmark Channel original movie stars David Sutcliffe and Jennifer Westfeldt as George and Jane, a couple who literally have to go back to the future.
Yellow light, make a wish.
Every time he goes through a yellow light, he makes a wish. One time that he makes this wish, his wish comes true, which is that he gets to go back in time and try to win the woman of his dreams.
George's plan wouldn't be complete without an accomplice, Jane's eccentric psychic friend, played by Lauren Holly.
I would say that you probably loved each other very much in a past life.
Future.
Mary immediately clues in that they should really be together. And so she decides that she's going to believe him, that he's really from the future, because Mary's into that sort of thing.
Silly job, but fun.
Hallmark Channel On Location traveled in real time to the Canada set and found a cast giddy about acting out a fantasy.
I just think that's the ultimate fantasy. Like, people have regrets and want a do-over, basically. So I think that's one of those great fantasies we all would love to play out. And we get to do it only in the movies.
What is going on here? Has everybody gone crazy?
George finds out quickly that leaving 2009 for 1999 isn't always easy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes governor of California.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah, it's all right.
But his mission remains clear.
He's got to reintroduce himself to her and convince her in 3 days that not only is this man that she's about to marry wrong for her,
An IOU?
Exactly.
but that he is the one who is right for her. He knows what flowers she likes.
Did she tell you I love calla lilies?
He knows what pastries she likes.
Oh my God, I love these chocolate twisty things.
He knows all the little intricacies of her personality, which feeds into her fantasy of this sort of perfect man.
I'm really picky about my coffee, sorry.
Double espresso, whole milk, 3 sugars. I hope that's okay.
But at every turn is Jane's first husband, Doug.
We've got our eyes on you.
He's smooth but dirty. Yeah.
I'll take my chances.
Jeff Roop says a lying, cheating scoundrel is always a fun character to play.
I love that he was so duplicitous, so charming, but such a snake.
Jennifer says her character's choices are more relatable. She has been dating actor Jon Hamm for 10 years.
Well, I do relate to it. I also just relate to the notion of, like, this didn't go well for me, this marriage thing, and this relationship is going well, so why would we mess with it if it's kind of perfect as it is?
But if given the chance, would the cast go back in time in order to alter their future?
Not to divulge, but yes, there's one particular thing that I would absolutely go back and change. Even knowing it's probably a domino effect, it will change everything else that comes after, but I think I'd be happy that it did.
Would I like to go back and change some things? Yes, but then the other side of me says, well, I wouldn't be where I am right now, and why would I want to go back in time and change anything?
I just want to go back and change so many things. You know, how many auditions as an actor would I want back?
I always fantasize about just being in a different era. You know, I always thought I should have been, working in the theater and on Broadway in the 50s, where all the heyday of theater.
Jennifer's not the only one who would like to do some time travel.
I think I'd like to go back to the 20s, and experience that.
The 20s, I think was an amazing time. you know, great writers, great style.
Also during the time of Lincoln, would have been pretty cool to be around then during the time of the Civil War. I mean, that seems like a scary, I mean, the problem with that is I probably would have had to fight in the Civil War, which it would not be a good time.
Lauren, however, prefers not to go back too far. She says she liked the mid-90s.
I gotta be honest, like, that was good and I look fine. The economy's doing good. I'm looking good.
While going back in time is a fantasy, the reality is the past should never stand in the way of your future, and certainly not before you say, I do.
I think it is about second chances and not being afraid to love again. The truth is you might get your heart broken again, but it's better to be in the game than to sit in the sidelines.